Good morning, hound dogs. Anna, how you doing? The old church here needs a new, fresh, Old Glory. I'm gonna see to it that it gets one. When letting a flagpole down, be advised, it'll get you. It's a beautiful thing right there. You know, if this wasn't me, that would be hilarious. And the old one is disposed of. All right, time to head to the ethanol plant. So we've got quite a bit of corn to come down to the ethanol plant here this month. We've actually got about 50,000 bushels. We have exactly 50,000 bushels contracted to come here this month. We're down to about 10,000 to go. This is all corn that we contracted well ahead of time, and then we waited. We sold it on the board for a futures contract, and then we waited until the local price became what we wanted it to be. So we play the basis, which is the separation between the Chicago board price and the local price. We sold this stuff locally a few weeks ago, but it's been sold on the board of trade for quite a while. We do that with all of our crop. There's a lot going on behind the scenes to market the crop and make sure we do the best that we can to plan, to have prices locked in and have something figured out for where we need to be as far as expenses and what we're going to be selling our crop for. So in our operation, we almost never just sell locally and decide what we're going to sell it for that moment. We almost always have everything contracted ahead of time. We've got quite a bit of new crop sold already on the board of trade, which is the crop that's going in the field right now, and we're looking at contracting stuff for 2021 already. So this corn was priced several months ago. I get a lot of comments about ethanol every time I include some of this in my videos. First off, I want to say ethanol has not gotten a subsidy since 2012. There have been no federal subsidies for the ethanol industry since 2012. I'm not sure if the oil industry can say the same thing, but I'm not saying oil isn't important. I'm just saying ethanol doesn't get the subsidies that a lot of people think they do. On top of that, I get a lot of comments about ethanol taking food for fuel. I want to say and reiterate that a very large percentage of the ethanol that's produced here, there's a byproduct called DDGs. So there's a massive amount of corn that is still left that still has a feed value that does get sold off as a high protein animal feed. So the cattle producers, the pork producers, the poultry guys, they like to buy those DDGs, which is that byproduct that's left. Let's see, so they're open to noon today, closed tomorrow. But anyway, a good percentage of this corn that I just dropped off is gonna remain as animal feed. So we're not taking 100% of these bushels and putting them into fuel. On top of that, hey, we're creating a clean burning fuel that's grown in the US. Tell me what's cooler than that. I'm gonna move some stuff around in here, hold the other red Kenworth in here because we got a little project to do on that today. By the way, got a new tire put on the Ranger. Just gotta watch out for culverts from now on. Here you can see I've got the fifth wheel plate on this truck washed up as well as I could get it. I washed all the grease off, everything I could get anyway. And what we're gonna be doing is installing a minimizer slick plate on top of it. It's actually a poly piece that sits right on top of the fifth wheel plate here, eliminates the need for grease. You can see here, with all the gravel we run, we get rock in there and stuff will wear on this fifth wheel plate and we grease the poop out of this thing. So it was full of grease. It took a lot of time to get that thing clean. Come on. There we go, there we go. This one does that. Believe it or not, it's not the battery. I think we probably have a starter issue on this one. It's always something. There's another truck back. We're moving grain. On another note, we are moving soybeans out as well, which means we want to hook up the grain carts so we can get those trucks in and out of here as fast as we can, because we hire them to haul it because it ends up being the same cost as us hauling it the 4-hour trip that it is. This J&M cart, 1432X, is not leaving this farm. This is gonna be around this fall for sure. Which means the old cart back here, the green one, is for sale. We would love to sell this thing. This is actually a 2013 cart. It should hold about 1,300 bushels roughly. It's got 1250 tires on it. It doesn't have that many bushels through it. We would like $40K for it. If it doesn't sell soon, it's going on an auction. Email in the description. If we've got the correct plate, I think we're also going to put one on this. We got to look and see, get some better details on this one. This one here has got a different brand of plate on it, so we're going to see when they get here if we've got the correct plate width to put one on here, and then we'll go from there. But I'll park it here on the pad so I can wash it off if we're going to do that. Okay, back to this truck. I've also got a switch to throw in this truck because we actually do have a main disconnect kill switch on the battery box here. And we've had issues with batteries, as some of you have noticed. We're wondering if in this truck it may be the switch, because we put new batteries in it about 6 months ago and we're having issues with them again. So we're going to throw a new switch in, see if that works. It should just pull off. No. We got movement. There we go. There. Look at that. Switch works. Just in time for my case buddy to show up. Eric, you came back for more.
Oh man, Zach, I have to tell you, when did you get that beautiful Case IH mailbox at the end of your driveway?
He's talking, that's all it is. There's no red mailbox.
Oh, it's red.
Look behind you, look behind you, Eric. Aren't they beautiful?
They're amazing.
I told you guys, I warned you, it could get deep. There's the goods. Look at those, are those custom?
That is
custom. My very own Millennial Farmer minimizer slick plates.
Zach, I see you did the first initial step of removing the grease.
Yep.
Which is good. But there is a little bit of grease on here. We are going to get a little bit dirty. Zach, I'm not used to getting dirty being a case guy. You know, our equipment just doesn't break down. So if you wouldn't mind, let me go throw on a grub shirt and I'll help you get this bad boy installed.
I have some ideas for what he might be up to. Oh wow, you dressed pretty snazzy there. Look at that.
Yeah.
You know, if I had a case shirt, I would go put that on, but I don't have one. What are you doing with that?
It's my grub shirt.
Okay, the joke's over. We're not going to laugh about it at all, because he looks good. This guy actually did some planning.
Feels good.
I would say we are 1.5 inches, maybe a tick short. Just making sure it's centered side to side.
Right. Let's see what we got here.
Holes are marked. We've got 6 of them. So I suppose it'd be cool if we had a rifle that would just go through that.
Yeah.
It'd be more fun. But we're going to have to drill those, aren't we?
Unfortunately, we're going to have to drill them.
All right. Eric, I need to remind you that last time you were out here, I had a brand new DeWalt 1/2 inch impact, and it went missing after that day. And I just figured it's going to show up, because once in a while you lose tools, right? So it's going to show up. It never showed up till I got in touch with you, because I remember you had the same DeWalt tools as well.
Yeah.
He stole my 1/2 inch impact.
2 weeks later, Zach got his 1/2 inch impact back.
Yep. He had to mail it back to me.
Fast forward 1 year, I see my battery that he never returned back to me.
You gifted that to me because you sent it back with the impact. You didn't steal my battery, just the impact. And you know what? Here it is. Fully charged and well taken care of.
Very good.
You're welcome.
Well done. Well done.
That actually drills a lot easier than I expected.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
The bolts in.
Is there, I assume there's nuts that go in the back here then?
There'll be nuts going back.
Is it a 9/16?
There should be a 9/16.
It's a 3/8 bolt 9/16 socket. Eric, by my count, I'm tightening the 5th one. So that leaves, oh, you'll get that one? That's nice of you. Now these plates just help to guide it on when you're backing into the trailer, I'd assume.
Help guide it on, as well as
Keeps it tight, keeps it in good shape. And then once it's on the trailer, the contact point actually starts about right here. So
right.
These steel bars will not actually be in contact with the trailer once it's hooked up. There it is.
she's all set to go.
Look at that thing, it's shiny. So we still grease the kingpin,
Correct.
but we eliminate the grease on top.
No grease in the slick plate at all.
So it stays dry, it stays clean, which I like because I know gravel gets a lot of rock in it. I showed you guys it before how scuffed up it is underneath there. This is going to be nice because our trailers, we hook the trailers up and sometimes, I mean, they're on there for months.
Right.
Read it again. Holland, Fontaine, Yost, Simplex,
Simplex, ASF,
ASF,
Reese,
Reese,
Robin Industries,
and
RV Fifth Wheels.
and RV fifth wheels even. Oh, so you can get this for your camper, for a RV in the back of your pickup truck.
We have a lot of customers that are buying those to put on the fifth wheel plate to pull the camper.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Then when you got it unhooked, you don't have a greasy fifth wheel
Correct.
in the back of your truck bed.
Correct. Don't
I
have to
like
worry
it.
about the bikes or your luggage getting greasy.
Don't tell my wife that. She'll want a fifth wheel camper. Didge, what do you think? Got something to say? Hey. I don't have a treat to give you, so you didn't actually have to come sit down next to me. But you're a good dog. Man, I didn't think they would ever leave. Got the spray trailer all cleaned up on the bottom, so I scraped the grease off of there and the gravel. Somehow or another, the bottom of this trailer got a lot of gravel caked onto it. I don't know, I don't have any idea how that could have ended up there. For those of you who have no idea what I might be talking about, go back a couple of videos. Oh, got another one here. Got to load out some beans. You want to get that truck and I'll keep hooking the spray trailer?
Yeah, better load him first.
Well, yeah. You want to get that truck and I'll, okay.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Communication gap. It happens. Well, the crank did turn about 1 revolution and now it's stuck. She won't go either way. Probably because we damaged something by having 4,000 gallons of water inside of it when it sunk into the earth over here. I guess it's time to grab one of the most universal tools that we own on this farm. Hey, look at that. Up or down? There we go. Ha! Works every time. All right, camera. Stick with me here. Let's get through this. Here we go. Is this gonna work? I think it will. I'm willing to risk it. You guys okay? You look good. Everything moves up and down just fine on this trailer, so that's a good sign. But we're getting ready to spray a little bit of fungicide in the next few days here, and possibly for some soybean aphids. The numbers on the aphids are still pretty low, so I don't know, but it's time to spray the fungicide, so we're considering spraying for the aphids anyway, as long as we're out there at least on 2 or 3 fields. But we have not decided that yet. Last year we didn't have to spray aphids at all. You kind of hate to spray them unless they're a problem, and they're there, but they just aren't up to the point yet where they're a problem. We haven't decided. That's kind of where I'm going with this. We'll head over and see how these guys are doing. So these are soybeans being loaded out. Once again, we're not hauling our own soy because we sold them to a place that's over 200 miles away. and it costs about the same to hire as it does to haul them ourselves. But I wanted to mention, just the other day, 2 nights ago, we actually had a neighbor. I'm not going to use any names, but I'm sure he's going to watch, or somebody from his family is going to. So I want to say, I'm glad that you're okay, but we had a neighbor that got trapped inside of a grain bin. He was working in there like he had to do, and something happened. He got pinned by the grain up to his waist. The responders ambulance, but he was okay. That being said, thank God he was okay, and this one hits close to home because I'm looking at his place right now. So I want to say, be careful in the grain bins, guys. It's a bad year. The grain's not as high quality from last year. If you got stuff out there in the bins, please be careful. That's all. And of course, thank you to the volunteer teams that got him out of there and that get a lot of people out of situations like that. We got one more rig to hook back up here. We did some trailer swapping, so this will be fine anyway to have unhooked this, but Eric and Nancy didn't have the correct stuff width to do this plate, which is fine. We kind of wanted this tractor on this trailer anyway, so they didn't have the stuff width, but I'll be talking to them. I do have a plate for this other Kenworth, this other T800, so I'll be putting that plate on sometime. And you know, they manufacture those for Minimizer products. Once again, they make them for all different types of brands, so we'll be looking into that. We're gonna test the one we got now, see how we like it, and probably put them on everything we got. There he is, just in time. Want to watch it for me?
You want to hook her up? Yeah.
Yep. This one never likes to wiggle on.
That one is tough.
You want to grab that hammer out of the cab? Well, as what usually happens with farming, things didn't go according to plan. The fifth wheel on that now has a problem. I don't know if the spring's broke or something's broke. It doesn't lock in, so we can't connect to that trailer. We got work to do in the guts of that fifth wheel. If it isn't one thing, it's another. It's about 4:30 now. I gotta get out of here because I'm supposed to be 30 minutes away for a surprise birthday for one of my buddies, which is very important. So, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, keep her between the rows. Here's an update on that third truck, on that Peterbilt from a few days later. Minimizer here sent me the plates that we need to replace this. As you can see, it is falling apart here. When May Wes came out here, they didn't have exactly what we needed to do this because it's actually 2 inserts, but they do make it. Minimizer does carry it. May Wes manufactures this for them. Comes with the hardware just like the other ones. So I'll be throwing that on here in the next few days. So I wanted to update you guys on that and let you know they do have them. They got everything.